Hi guys, I'm gonna try for the third time to film this video. I am the most rambly person in the world. It's gonna be a new series and it's gonna be behind the scenes of blogging, and it's gonna be more targeted towards the average viewer that doesn't blog and doesn't make YouTube videos, not a blogging tips series. I think we've kind of done those to death. I have done some technical stuff in the past where I've shown about editing and various pieces like how to set up a blog, lighting, different cameras that I've used, and I'll link those posts below if you're interested in that. But we're not going to be talking about how to grow your audience or how to get free stuff or how to go to events. All those things, you can find things out there that answer those questions for you. I just feel like for the average viewer that's not particularly interesting, and to be quite honest, I don't know the answers to most of those things. I don't know anyone that really does, apart from, you know, I want to say all the answers that I've given in the past, you know, be consistent, lots of content, but I've totally changed my mind over the past few years as to how you can grow your audience, because to be quite honest, I have no idea. I don't know why anyone watched my videos in the first place. I don't feel like I had anything to do with that. I feel like it was 90% luck. And kind of right place at the right time. You put out the right video just when people are searching for that video, people find you. I do feel like a lot of it is down to luck. You know, a lot of it, you have to take some responsibility and think that at some point I've done something that people liked or they wouldn't have subscribed to that channel. But at the same time, I feel like everyone's journey to success in any way is completely different. And so sharing mine is not really going to help you. So if that's what you're looking for, that's not what this is going to be. It's going to be more of a Q&A style. What do you as viewers want to know about the industry that is blogging and YouTube that's become absolutely huge? We've got YouTube celebrities now, people bringing out books and all kinds of things. So what do you want to know about the behind the scenes kind of part of YouTube? That's what this series is going to be about. First video, I thought I would kick off with PR samples. This is where it gets super rambly, so I'm going to try and be slightly more concise in this third attempt at this video. The reason I want to talk about PR samples is I'm seeing a lot of comments, well, more and more really, where people are really confused about PR samples versus sponsored posts. So I have made a whole video about sponsored posts, how the law has changed, and how in the UK we now need to disclaim things and whatever. If you want to watch that, it's like long and I've done a Q&A and stuff like that. It's quite popular, but I'll link that below for you to see. In fact, it might always be linked below, I forget. Depends on what channel you watch, but I will make sure it's linked below, so if you're interested you can see that. But in a nutshell, if you are in any way paid or compensated to put something online, whether it be links, pictures, a promotion, a particular product placement, if someone has paid you in some way, if they've compensated you in some way, so if they've said, mention this in a video and we'll give you vouchers to the effect of X. In my opinion, that's sponsored. You need to be clear with your audience that you have been compensated in some way for that. Whether you want to, you need to put some kind of advertorial, sponsored, whatever, in the title or in the thumbnail of the video. But also, I would say, if it's not kind of an outright paid for video, I like to be as clear as possible. Now, this comes down to the individual. People don't like to talk about it. Just remember, it's not a dirty little secret that you're being paid for this video. Lots of people do it. It's totally commonplace now to monetize your online content, and the more you hide it, the more it seems like it's a terrible thing that you're doing. It's not. It's really, really not. And as long as you're putting out enough of your regular original content that is not sponsored, I don't see any problem whatsoever in kind of paid placements in videos, sponsor posts, whatever. And if you are hiding it, the only thing that I feel is that you have a problem with it. If you're hiding it, you think it's wrong. And if it's wrong, why do you think it's wrong? Are you doing something that is a little bit shady? And if you're not, then be clear about it and be honest. Everyone will appreciate your honesty. Just trust me. So that aside, sponsorship, completely different to gifted items and PR samples. All the same thing really, but you know, anything that's been gifted to you haven't bought for yourself. When I receive products, I receive them to review on my blog. And so if they even make it onto my YouTube channel at all, it's because I have a strong opinion about them either way, positive or negative. So someone will email me and say, would you like to review the product? Or we've got this brand, would you be interested? Blah, blah, blah. I'll say yes or no. And if I say yes, they'll send me the products, potentially. Not always, but in theory, they'll send me the products. I'll review them on my blog. And if I feel really good about that product, or really bad about that product, some point down the line it will make it into a YouTube video. If it's just a bit meh, not so interested, then it probably won't get into anything at all unless it's relevant to kind of a, I don't know, I want to say like top 10, but then I would have to really like the product for it to be into that. I don't know what, you know, if you wanted to know 5 things available from, or best and worst, that kind of thing. If it's just kind of a like, no, I'm not that bothered about that product, then chances are I give it away and you never even hear about it. For my YouTube channel, I kind of pick and choose what I want to talk about because I don't review individual products. So from my perspective, for my YouTube stuff, I don't really think it's relevant whether or not it's a gifted item, a PR sample or not. I understand that some people do. And I get a lot of comments when I say, like if I've got something and I'm talking about it, I'm like, oh, you know, this was sent to me by XYZ. And someone will say, oh, you know, I can't believe you told us that, or so many people don't disclose that they've been sent PR samples. And I just think, well, most of the other things in this video were also PR samples and I didn't mention that. It just happened to come up in conversation. It's not something I'm hiding, it's just something that I don't even think about until I come to talk about it. And the only reason I would really mention it is if it was something I would never have purchased had it not been sent to me and I actually really, really like. Actually, that's probably it. That's probably the only reason. Or if I've got lots and lots of them, then I'll kind of try to disclose that, you know, I didn't go out and buy 15 lip glosses. They were sent to me. But I don't think that it's relevant. I understand that people want to know and that they want to have as much information as possible so that they can make a clear decision. But for me, the same as sponsored posts, it all really comes down to whether you trust the person that is talking to you. If you trust me, then if I'm talking about a product that I bought or a product that was sent to me, you should know that I'm telling you the truth. I hate it, I love it, whatever. If you don't trust the person, then it doesn't matter where the product came from. Because if you've got a dishonest blogger, that person will go out and purchase things and then talk them up, potentially because they want that brand to see how positively they're talking about them and send them more stuff. So the fact that that product wasn't a PR sample, it was actually a purchased item, makes no odds. They are no more trustworthy because they bought the product than if they were sent it. It all comes down to trust. The same as with sponsored posts. If you trust the person that is making the sponsored post, that you will know that regardless of whether they were paid to do so or not, they won't tell you something's good if it's not. And I also don't know of any brand that's contacted me and said, why did you review that negatively? Not one brand that stopped contacting me because I reviewed something negatively. In fact, Makeup Revolution, who are also kind of a sister brand of Freedom, I've on multiple occasions given negative reviews or not so positive reviews to their product, and I now work for or work with Freedom to make their YouTube channel videos. Brands really do appreciate honesty, and the more that they understand blogging and how blogging works, they appreciate honesty almost as much as a viewer does. So from my perspective, I want to kind of put out there for you guys, if you see someone has got a PR sample or you don't know if it's a PR sample, don't think about where the item came from. Think about how much you trust the person that's talking to you. You can't make someone trust you. You might be looking at this and thinking, I hate you, you're a liar, you never tell the truth about anything, everybody knows, you know. Everyone has the people that they don't trust online, and you can't make someone trust you. There's nothing you can say. The more you tell someone to trust you, the less they trust you. I would hope it's more kind of in your actions. But that's all it comes down to at the end of the day. Both sponsor posts and PR samples, do you trust the person that's talking to you? If you don't, take it with a pinch of salt. It might still be an enjoyable video, you might still get some information out of it, but if you don't trust them, then maybe, you know, look up some other reviews before you purchase that product. But if you do trust them, then why does it matter where the product came from? And that's how I feel about PR samples. I would welcome some comments and some questions below because I want to kind of carry on this discussion and we'll talk about it like that. And then potentially we'll do a follow-up, or if you want videos on other specific topics, then let me know as well and we can do that. But yeah, I hope that you've enjoyed this video. I hope that you like the idea of this. I know it's super rambly, that's just the way that I am, and that's why I've put this on my channel with my vlogs and stuff, because it's definitely more of a vlog style video. I'm just like, whoa, talking, repeating. That's just me. If you don't like that, you just won't like any of my videos. I hope that you did enjoy it, and I hope that you will give me some ideas for future videos for this series and that you will watch those ones as well. But I will see you guys in my next one.